Welcome back to the movie Inspectors, Guardians of the Movie Inspectors. I'm Inspector Dustin. This is Star Grant or Baby Grant.
We're clones to protect the real movie inspectors.
That's right.
Because of
I think he's Grant the Destroyer. Yes. So Grant.
The Destroyer. What's his name? The villain from the first movie.
No, he's the Destroyer. Drax is the Destroyer.
There's another Destroyer in the first movie.
Yeah, he's gone. All right, so Grant, what movie are we reviewing today?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yondu's death.
That's right, Yondu did die. Spoiler. And if you're ever watching these before you watch these movies, yeah, we're going to give you spoilers. So, well, Grant, we brought all these characters back from the first movie and set them up in the second movie. And Grant, who was your favorite character in this movie?
Rocket. Because I love how Rocket and Yondu had that weird, because they were basically like the same personality.
Right.
And of how Rocket was very sad when this dude passed away.
Yeah. And now Groot is in this movie, but it's not the big Groot. It's a baby Groot. We don't have a baby Groot toy, but baby Groot is in this movie, and who's actually the son of the regular Groot. Grant, how did that happen?
In the first movie, this dude passed away, and a couple of sticks, which I guess this is. So here's my theory. Groot's, from what we see in the first movie of Groot's death, take pieces out of their body and plant them to make their son. We see this happen in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Was that one stick that Rocket saved out of all the sticks? That one stick.
Yep, and that became baby Groot. And he's just learning how to be a little Groot, and he doesn't understand instructions.
For example, the death button scene.
Oh, that was pretty funny. Yeah, where you couldn't.
Does anybody have any tape?
Anybody have any tape? And of course, nobody had tape. Because why would you have tape when you're fighting a big planet?
You're fighting a big planet, plus the people who tried to use soul batteries from.
That's right. Speaking of which, Grant, what did you think of Peter meeting his father, Ego?
Pretty good. It's important weird.
Yeah?
Because in the comic books, the planet looks like our moon. But now it's all of a sudden pink.
Huh?
That's weird.
Yep. And you were saying earlier about how it was interesting how in the trailer, Ego was made out to be the hero, but really he was the big villain in this movie, right?
Yeah, he was made out to be a hero. Well, there's two villains. Golden people and planet person.
Yep. And
me, because I'm gonna eat Drax's head.
Don't eat Drax's head.
It looks like ice cream.
It's not ice cream. So also, Grant, what about the Peter actually being part celestial?
Is it celestial something they made up? Because I never
No, celestial. No,
in my life.
Remember when in the first Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, they visited that big head that everybody was working on? That was an ancient celestial head.
Oh, good. So he's a giant monster the size of...
Well, the other guy was the size of a planet, too. These celestials are huge. So, Grant, what was your favorite scene in this whole movie?
The death button in the tape.
You like the death button in the tape. That was the big end of the movie. Baby Groot was crawling around in the middle of the thing, and they were making a bomb, and little Baby Groot couldn't understand which button to hit, right? You thought that was hilarious?
It was like, lever one, lever... First of all, what bomb would you take to have to press two things before you can hit either the 5-bit or instantly blow up button?
Right.
It took you 2 levers. If you want to do it like right away, that's going to take you like a couple of minutes.
That's right.
Then you have to pull each lever, then pull the right button, push the right button, then run away, that whoever you want to blow up actually gets there and stays there for the whole 5 minutes. And boom.
Yeah. What about the references in this movie? What did you think about that?
But that was pretty cool. Good. If you remember, in the scene at the Winter Casino, there was actually Hartle the Duck.
Yep, he was there. And what about, there was a special video game reference that you thought was pretty funny. You laughed really? Yeah. Tell them about that.
So, Peter was fighting his dad. We don't have that guy because he's dead.
We don't take toys to the villains.
So the two people just say this is the father. Go like this. But they make giant things using their celestial power that they basically create mechs without actually using any machinery. It's like magic mechs.
Magic mech.
And his father made a giant man like anyone else would do. But Star-Lord made Pac-Man.
Which was hilarious. And the humor in this movie was really, really good. We loved laughing throughout this movie. I'm Mary
Poppins, yo!
Mary Poppins, y'all! And, of course, we also cried a little in this movie with the death of Yondu. No! Let's give it up for Yondu. Yes, that's our Ravager. And that kind of leads me to, the death of Yondu and his, how he was, he was the one who was transporting all those kids, and that it was wrong, and he was punished. But at the end, when he gave of himself, all the Ravagers came and gave him a nice funeral.
And decided after that to come together to steal some stuff.
Yes, that's right. That's one of the end credit scenes. We'll talk about that in a second. But also, I thought the use of music in this movie was really good, and especially at the end there with that father and son by Cat Stevens was a wonderful song to play at the very end. But there was a lot of great songs throughout the whole movie. Grant, what was your favorite song in the movie?
The one that returned from Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
The Hooked on the Feeling one?
Yes.
Hooked on a feeling. You got to believe it. Am I embarrassing him now? I don't care. So, Grant, what other things did you really like about this movie?
Well, I like the joke about, it's weird. I really like the first fight.
Yeah.
I love how Baby Groot was dancing in the opening credits, even though everybody was getting killed.
That was an interesting way to do that, because here, that was probably a very expensive shot to do, lots of CGI, but they put all the action in the background, and you could barely see it, and Baby Groot was just there dancing and singing along.
And
yeah, that was pretty funny.
Rodents.
Yeah, those rodents. So, now, Grant, is there anything that you would have changed in this movie?
Well, probably the addition of, that monster from the everybody thought that was really, really important. Yeah. I wish that was really important because Lego made a Lego set for it, even though it only appeared in one scene. That giant monster.
The beginning, the interdimensional monster that was coming after those batteries?
It's an interdimensional monster, and they destroyed it by cutting open its neck.
Yep, and Drax was inside.
Even though, actually, why did that plan not work? The inside is less stronger than the outside. I guess
that's not what anybody thinks. They think the inside is just as strong as the outside.
If you let's say there's a bomb in you. Okay, if that bomb goes off.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, Grant, what else? If you have any questions to ask me about this movie?
If you would give the comedy, what was your funniest moment? What was the saddest moment?
Oh, okay. Well, the funniest moment. Well, the saddest moment was Yondu's death. That was that was very, very sad. I also thought it was kind of sad. When Rocket and Peter were fighting, and it looked like the Guardians of the Galaxy were going to break up. The funniest moment might have been when Drax, when we talked about the tape and the bomb thing and the Pac-Man, that was pretty funny. But when Drax put on the arrow suit so he could fly out of Ego, he said, my nipples! And that was a reference to earlier in the thing having sensitive nipples, and also Drax telling Mantis that she was ugly throughout the movie. That was pretty funny. What was your funniest and sad moment?
Yondu's death. There's nothing that can beat that sadness. Especially since he could have been a really cool guardian. Plus, well, come on, the funniest scene has to be that bomb one. The duct tape
the bomb, yep. So, Grant, is there anything else you'd like to say about this movie?
Remember, we
do. We are a group. We do have to talk about the end credit scenes. We said we would save that for the end. There were how many?
6 other Rangers.
5 other end credit scenes. Is there a scene that I don't know about? You were talking about the Ravagers. Yeah, there was one of the end credit scenes was the Ravagers getting together saying they were going to become a team again. And that was a reference to the comic that they were the original Guardians of the Galaxy without Yondu in there. Yondu was part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy in the 70s in the comics.
There was no humans. Well, there was that one human.
So
the guy that was part of the Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
He was basically part of the It Group because they all had yellow raincoats.
Right. And then the second end credit scenes was the birthing of Adam.
Which is our Guardian.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, there's a lot of different Guardians.
Yeah.
From the 80s and 90s.
That's right. And then the other Guardian, the other end credit scene was Teenage Groot. We got to see Teenage Groot with his tentacles, and he was playing that video game and giving crap back to Star-Lord, like a teenager would. What were the other end credit scenes? Those are 3 of them.
You just offended a lot of teenagers.
I did.
Well, one of them was Stanley.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Stan Lee at the end with the Watchers walking away from him because he was telling too many stories. That was and what was the 5th one? We don't remember. This is what happens when we do these reviews and we don't watch the movie and then we do the reviews a couple days later. We forget. Well, maybe if we remember, we'll tell you. So, Grant, is there anything else that you want to talk about this movie?
Remember,
we are Groot. Okay, and now let's get ready for What's Up Next? And we're back. We're getting ready for this is our next review coming up in our Path to Infinity War Marvel Cinematic Universe recap. And Grant, what's the next movie?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
This is the 6th Spider-Man film, but the first one in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It picks up where Captain America Civil War left off. And let's take a look at this trailer.
Except for it's less affected by Ant-Man. By Spider-Man than it is by Ant-Man, because Ant-Man was on Cap's side, so he's still trying to get away from the police, as we saw in the trailer. This is.
Oh, we got
Fortnite.
We got an ad. Guardians.
We don't want this.
I'm doing it. Okay.
Tacos. Taco.
All right, here it goes. Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. And there he goes. Here we are in New York.
Sup, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away.
Everybody else looks natural, but Hulk, nope. Something's not right with Hulk. I just realized the Format has his helmet, even though this is Marvel Cinematic Universe. He never wears the helmet. So why
Well, he does in Thor Ragnarok.
Is Liz on top? No, you've seen that before. No, with that skirt. She probably stopped staring before it gets creepy though. So to become an Avenger, are there like trials or any interviews?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh, alright. That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the toe for you.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us? Yeah.
I know you want to save the world, but you're not ready yet.
No.
No, I'm not. This is just a costume. This is silly.
Stay out of trouble. Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
You've been treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
He was using the Dell computer. I saw that.
What is going on with you? I'm really sorry. I'm so busy. I'm slammed.
Don't mess with me, because I will kill you and everybody you love.
Oh, whoops.
Pause it. All right, Grant. That was Spider-Man Homecoming. It came out in July of 2017, and it was first Spider-Man single movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Grant, what are you looking forward to watching this movie with me later on?
I'm ready to see Spider-Man.
You just
And
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Iron Man, because he's in this one.
Yep. It really, a lot of people think that this is maybe Iron Man 4 instead of Spider-Man 1, or a little mix of both, because Iron Man is in a lot of it. I'm looking forward to seeing how, if we can get any glimpses into how Spider-Man's going to be in the Avengers Infinity War, which is coming out later this month. But also, I just think that this will be neat to see what happened in this movie, and it's just a nice, fun kids movie, kind of a coming of age movie, and I think that's neat in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, Grant, you have anything else to say?
Remember, this is Guardians from the Galaxy plus Spider-Man.
All right,
It's Spider-Man Civil War.
Spider-Man.
It's not Captain America anymore. Spider-Man stole it.
Bye.